Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Siren Frost for today, and this week's deck profile videos is going to be Stoicheia. Back to back, of course. So in this first video, we're going to be doing Magnolia, the updated Magnolia, and this is going to be the crystal power version of it until set 4 comes out, then we'll go for Eternal, and so on, so on, so on. So, as always, this deck is always going to have a deck list in the box down below. So go ahead and check that out. And again, this deck is my own personal style. If you guys can be entitled to your own opinion, that's okay. But this is just how I want to build my decks. If you guys don't like it, then you don't have to really watch the video as much. But this is how I like to do my decks. And of course, this is deck's also inspired by Megumi Okura from Team Blackout. And believe it or not, Megumi has grown very close. I've grown very kind of close to Megumi just because she is determined. She is kind of cunning, and she's also very headstrong and stubborn sometimes. Kind of like me. But she has proven time and time again that she's been doing nothing but trying to, prove herself, and she gets conflicted sometimes, but in the end, she is just trying to find her path in Team Blackout and her everyday life. So I think the beasts of the wild can go either be tamed or not be tamed. So I think that's kind of why that she chose with this deck, even though this deck was her brother's at one time, but now it belongs to her. So technically, she is the secondary owner to the Magnolia deck, but she made it 10 times a little better. So enough chatter. Let's just dive right into the video. And yeah, I have my setting display here just a little bit, just because we're now focusing on the lusciousness of Lukier, my goddess, as always. And so for the right deck, it's just the same. I go based on themes and go based on the character decks that I like doing the most, because to me they're fun as hell. So for grade 0, we got Lotte. Grade 1, or that's grade 0. Grade 1, we got Charis. Don't pay attention to that, that's my phone. Sorry, guys. Grade 2, we have Lattice. And then finally, we have our main guy, Magnolia. So this, to me alone, is the perfect ride deck lineup. Everyone thinks that this is kind of shit at some points. You have to combine it with some of Mazanori's cards, like the Alchemagic cards. But this, to me, is just what Megumi is. She grows from a small beast to a giant cat, pretty much. So this is just my idea on things, and people can be very high-strung and very high opinionated about what good is in the deck and what is meant for it. But meant being a key word here, it's not really like, oh, well, this deck is like meant for this and this such. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Everyone is allowed to have a personal opinion about the deck itself. So, next for the main deck, my trigger lineup will always be the same, but in the trigger lineup is a tad bit different. We are actually playing, well, let me do a count again. So, we're doing 18 grade zeros. And I'll tell you guys why. So, of course, I'm playing 4 heals, which is the deer. 8 critical triggers, which is going to be Jackalope. 4 Alanas, which is the new booster. So, anytime a unit gets boosted, you can put this in your soul and give your other rear guards plus 2,000 power, which, of course, is not a bad problem at all. Then we got Frenzied Heiress for that extra 5k shield defender kind of thing, which I don't understand why some people hate front triggers, because they actually do a lot more than you think. But people like to have a bigger hand size, and that does not always work, because you can just go zoom right through that shit like crazy. So I can't tell if people are just being somewhat trolls or just being kind of dumb, but to me, this is something that I like to hear more often. Okay. And then we got the Overtrigger, the dragon, the Stoicheia dragon. And now I'm going to give you guys this little thought here. This is from set 2, but this is called Wild Intelligence. So I'm playing 2 of the order cards, Wild Intelligence. If you guys don't know what the card does, I'm more than happy to read it for you. This card is a cost with Counterblast 1 as part of its play cost. Discard 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 card of the same grade as your Vanguard or lower from your draw and call it to the rear guard. If your Vanguard is Magnolia, choose up to 2 cards instead of 1. So this can help you refurbish your field as well, because we both know that this deck was kind of meant for the back row heavy duty, heavy hitter kind of thing. I almost said heavy metal for a minute. I mean, you can play heavy metal too if you want to play music like that, but this is about the deck itself, and it's just my own personal lineup. You guys can be entitled to your own opinion. I know people are going to be like dissing on me in the comment section, like, why do I not play the grade 1, the ghostly kind of boosting thing? I just choose not to, personally, because I know everybody wants me to play nothing but meta, and unfortunately the meta is not a part of our lives as much, or it shouldn't be the main thing we all need to focus on. But you know, some meta players from all over the world, they want to have a certain deck that is meant for this and that if you want to be a successful player. Believe it or not, you guys, I'm just over that whole mindset. And there's going to be a video about that as well, where I'm going to completely, full scale, explain that part. But yeah. Anyways, so for grade 1s, we're playing 4 copies of Silverhorn Beast Molemora. Molemora is a new card from set 3, and her skill is, when your other rear guard attacks from the back row, of course that'd be the back row, you rest this unit, and the unit that attack gets 10,000 power into the end of that battle. And this one's the hollow foil treatment, so of course Silverhorn Beast always has, you know, something good about it. So I choose 4 of her because, you know, the more power the better, because if you do this right, you basically get 40k beat if you really need to. So that's just my personal opinion about it. You guys can just say all you want. You know what? Nope. Nope. We're not going to do ranting. It's just I'll have my personal opinion on the next video. And then we're going to play 4 complete guards, the Hoyle versions. And then for the grade 1s, I decided to go ahead and choose In Search of an Ideal Far Away, also from set 3 collection. And this one is, choose one of your units, and until the end of the turn, it gets this ability. When your other unit attacks, this unit gets 5k power in the turn. And it does have a picture of Magnolia as a picture, being all godly and majestic and beautiful and gold. And, you know, this is why I think it's probably better for the deck itself, especially for Magnolia. And I know people just do not like that at all. But, oh well. What can you do? So, that is the grade 1 lineup. And of course, we are playing 11 grade 1s in this deck. So that shouldn't be much of a problem. Or at least it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Next, for grade 2s, we're playing 12 grade 2s in this deck. And we're playing 4 copies of Damainaru. And then we're playing 2 new ones from set 3. And this one is the 4 copies of Silverhorn Beast Grabreg. And Grabeg's ability is a very slick one, I think. When your other unit in the same column as this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets 10,000 power into the end of turn. Choose all of your opponent's rear guards, and for that battle that this unit attacked this turn, your opponent cannot call cards with the same grade as the chosen units from their hand into Guardian Circle. Which I highly doubt you may need this, but I might drop it down to 3. But for right now, I figured this is a good opportunity to just try something new and different. Besides the fact of it having a 10k boost, that's partially why it's there. Then finally, we're playing 4 copies of Enbarr. And Enbarr is the only version, another set 3, I meant to say. So now... Sorry, I got something in my mouth. When this unit is placed on rear guard or put on Guardian Circle, if your Vanguard is Magnolia, this unit gets 5k power and 5k to the shield into the end of turn. It's a back row ability. At the end of battle, this unit attacks. You may return this card to your hand. So it's an 8k attacker, so it'll be a 13k attacker by itself. However, it can actually be recyclable and go back into your hand. So I think that's just personally for me to say, that's awesome. And yes, that is the grade 2 lineup. And of course, you guys, like I said, there's always going to be a deck list in the description box down below, so that's not a problem at all. And of course, we're using the only 5 grade 3s in this deck. I could drop it down to 3 only, but we're doing 5 at the moment. So I'm going to be playing 3 Magnolias for the Persona Right ability, and 2 of the Errante for just the extra backup, you know, for extra hitting and whatnot. And if you guys don't know what the elephant could do, I'll remind you again, just because it's once. When this unit attacks, if there are 2 or more units in front of this unit gets 5k power until the end of that battle. And if there are 3 or more units, soul charge 1. So if you can give the power to this unit, you can use Duger if you really want to play Duger. That's not a problem at all. But however, he's just in there just for that extra attacking as well. So, like I said, I will have to test him out another time next Thursday, because that's when I'll go play some locals and see how that can work. Because believe it or not, you guys, I was gonna go tonight, but I remember I have a viewing tonight with my grandma, who recently passed away. So yeah, that's kind of sad, but, you know, what can you do, you know? It is what it is. But anyways, you guys, that is the conclusion updated deck profile of Magnolia. This is a Magnolia Crystal. And this week is going to be the set for case. My shop is going to have the case. So I'll be able to get the new draw triggers and the new cards that go with the Stoicheia series itself. And yeah, I think it's going to be the conclusion of the Eternal 5 Protagonists' abilities and whatnot. So yeah, guys, that's it. And thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for staying tuned for it. So, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, or comment down below. And if you guys like the content I'm doing right now currently, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, show some love for it, and, you know, I could use some positivity right now for all the trouble's been kind of going on this past few weeks. So, yeah. I hope you guys have an amazing day, make good choices, and I'll catch you guys next video. Stay tuned for part 2 of Stoicheia, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm Siren Frost, signing out.